This week I am testing the Ford Mustang Mach-E Premium. This is their brand new electric car. Let's find out how good it is as a baby drive, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on our socials.
The boot section of this review is brought to you by Tooler.
The tailgate of the Ford Mustang Mach-E opens and closes really quietly just with the press of the button. You can also open it just from the key fob, and you can open the frunk that way too, which is great when you're going to the car and your hands are full of all your kids' things. Now, one thing I do love about the boot of the Mach-E is the roller blind. It is fixed up onto the window, so when you open and close the tailgate, it goes up with it, so it doesn't get caught in all your things in the boot. Let's find out how the taller prams fit in the boot of the Mach-E.
The boot of the Ford Mustang Mach-E will hold 11 shopping bags, or the taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with a single seat will fit in the boot of the Ford Mustang Mach-E with 4 shopping bags. The taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with 2 sibling seats will fit in the boot with 4 shopping bags. And the taller, sleek, future-proof multi-configuration pram with a single seat and the bassinet will fit in the boot of the Mustang Mach-E side by side with no shopping bags. Or the taller Urban Glide 3 single ultimate all-terrain stroller with the back wheels on fits easily in the boot with 1 shopping bag. Or the taller Urban Glide 3 twin side-by-side ultimate all-terrain stroller with the back wheels on fits easily in the boot with 2 shopping bags. Or the taller spring lightweight and one-handed folding stroller fits in the boot of the Ford Mustang Mach-E with 6 shopping bags. Or you can fit 2 90-litre taller chasm duffel bags or a medium-sized dog.
Probably the most iconic feature on the outside of the Mach-E are the doors. Now, you open them with these little buttons here and this handle here, and that's how you open them and close them from the front. You've also got these numbers that light up here, and with a code you can use that to open the doors if you don't have the key on you. Now, the rear doors, they have the same push button to open them, but they don't have the handles, which I think I would prefer that they did. In the front of the Mach-E, the styling is very nice, and it's sculpted like the outside of the car. The only thing that disappoints me a little bit are the front seats. I feel like if they were more shaped and racer style, then they'd be more in keeping with the car itself. Now, there are some features in the front here that are great for families. You have got a child lock button in the driver door control panel, so you can just press that and it will lock both the rear doors and windows, which is great when you've got little ones in the back. Now, the handles of the doors to get out when you're inside are just a lever that you pull back in the handle wells, which does take a little bit of getting used to, but if this was your car, then you'd get used to it pretty quick. Storage in the front of the Mach-E is good. There are 2 cup holders in the central console that will hold a reusable or a disposable coffee cup. In front of them is a double phone pad. One of them is for charging, and you've got USB and USB-C sockets there too. Underneath the central console bridge, there's a storage tray. That's good for popping your purse, and an iPad fits in there too. Behind the gear rotary is a central console box that has a retractable lid, and it's not a bad size, and you've got a 12-volt socket in there as well. The glove box is a good size in here. That would fit an iPad and wallet with the manual. And the door bins in the front, again, you could get a small drink bottle in there or a refillable one lying down, and an iPad and wallet fit in them too. There is a glasses case in the ceiling that's lined so you don't scratch your lenses, and the visors in the front have lip mirrors as well. The media system in the Ford Mach-E is on this enormous media screen in the center here. Now it is very big and it does stay portrait like this. It doesn't rotate to landscape. Now you've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is fantastic, so you can access your phone and apps while driving. Now there's easy touch buttons on here, so you can go in and change all the settings within the car. So that's the different drive modes, and you can go in and change the sound, and you can change your driver assist to your preferences, and everything about the vehicle too. So it really is very comprehensive what you can change in here. Now you've also got the Ford Assistant, so you can say, "Hey Ford," and you can change things within the car, get it to put windows down and change the temperature and things like that. Now at the bottom here always stays the climate controls, which is really handy, so you can access them really quickly and easily while you're driving. Now in the home screen here you've got all your quick touch buttons. You've also got Sketch, which I particularly like at school pickup time and when I'm killing time with my kids. So you can draw on there, but also what I've found is you've got noughts and crosses, a calculator and colouring in, which is absolutely fabulous. Who does not want a bright purple Ford Mustang Mach-E? Now also you have got the cameras that you can pop on with the button up there, really nice and easily. And it's the same view when you put it into reverse. You can see really nicely out of the back there, and you've got different views that you can view from as well, and you can easily turn the parking sensors on and off with a button on the screen there. Also from the home screen you can look at the charging of the car, so you can see how much battery range it's got left and work out things like that, the local locations to charge and things like that. You can also just look at each trip, how much energy you've used and what you've used it on, so that's a really handy thing when you've got an electric car. The Mach-E has a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, and it has 8 airbags, including side curtain airbags that go to the second row passengers to protect them in the event of an accident, and also one that comes down in the centre between the front 2 passengers to stop the heads colliding in the event of an accident. Now in the back of the Mach-E there are aircon vents in the back of the central console box. They're fantastic for keeping rear passengers in the back nice and comfortable while you're driving along. There's also USB and USB-C sockets down there, so rear passengers can charge devices while driving too. There are handles above both the rear doors, so if you've got little rear passengers in rear facing seats, it's really handy to hang a little toy up there to keep them entertained while driving. In the back of the Mach-E, storage is good. There is a fold down in the central seat back with 2 cup holders. They'll hold a reusable or a disposable coffee cup, and a child's drink cup fits in them too. In the back of both front seats there are map pockets that will hold but not conceal an iPad, and the door bins are a little bit small in the back here. I could put a refillable water bottle in, but only laying down. In the back of the Ford Mustang Mach-E there are ISOFIX in the 2 outer rear seats. They're not within plastic guides, but they are within slits of the seat base fabric, and they're really nice and easy to connect to. There are top tether anchorages on the back of all 3 seat backs, and they're really nice and easy to access through the boot. They're clearly labelled and easy to connect to. Now I could get 3 child seats in the back here really nice and comfortably, and I could fit 2 in the outer seats, and I could sit comfortably between them too. Now with a rear-facing infant capsule behind the driver, we could fit a 180cm driver in front really comfortably, and in the back the footwell is flat, so when you've got adult passengers or kids that aren't in child seats in the back, there's really good comfortable access and legroom. Now the Ford Mustang Mach-E is a fantastic car to drive. I really enjoy it. It's got really good visibility out of the back, even when you've got 3 child seats installed. I can see straight out of that rear windscreen, which is really good. Also, visibility around is good, and I think for rear passengers it's great, so it will help with travel sickness and things like that. The ride is very comfortable and it's not very hard, and so again that will help with kids with travel sickness. Now this is the premium model. It does about 600 kilometers to a full battery range. The GT and the Select do about 470, 490 kilometers, which that or 600 is a really good amount for family life. School drop-offs, commutes, things like that, you only have to charge a couple of times a week. And you've also got a charging screen you can put on in the media screen, which tells you how much battery range you've got left. You can also see that in your driver display. But you can also see where the local charging stations are and how you've used your power on each trip as well, which is really handy. Now the turning circle is really tight in here, and the steering is lovely and light, so it's really easy to park and maneuver as well. So to sum up with the Mach-E, it does make a great family car. You've got lots of room in that rear seat, so you can get 3 child seats across really nice and comfortably. And the flat footwell gives you really good leg room in the front and back. The boot space is great. It can fit that twin taller Urban Glide 3 pram, and the drive is fantastic. The range is really good, and the camera and media system are excellent.